Man, what's up everybody? This is Barry at Titans of CNC. That was a pretty hot clip right there, and I've never seen an end mill turn red like that in my entire life. We're running cast iron over here. We really wanted to see what the Core 6 end mill was capable of, so we were going to push it outside of its normal boundaries. So we were running at pretty much double the surface footage that we would normally run cast iron at, but we wanted to see how well the tool held up and what we could get away with from a material removal rate standpoint. So this is the actual tool that you just saw roughing that cast iron. The thing was glowing red, it was throwing sparks everywhere, and the cutting edges still look very good. I mean, there's no chips in the tool, all the corners are still there. It really did an incredible job for what we just put it through. So in this clip, we were cutting it 2¼ inches deep, and our surface footage was 1300. And as a machinist, when you see your end mill glowing red, you know that's not where you want to be. So we weren't running coolant on this tool because in cast iron, steel, stainless steels, we prefer to cut dry. And the reason for this is because we don't want to introduce micro fractures into our cutting edges, and we don't want our tool to experience thermal shock. In addition to not running coolant on this tool, we also decided to run it without through spindle air blow, because again, we really wanted to see what the tool was capable of. So as the tool started glowing red, we actually pushed that tool for almost another full 10 minutes before we took it out of the spindle, and the cutting edges still looked amazing for what we had just put that tool through. In aerospace shops, we very rarely see cast iron because we're usually working with Inconels and titaniums, aluminum, stainless steels. But our buddy Nick over at AME was nice enough to send us a piece of cast iron for us to use for this testing. So even though that video was pretty awesome, that's not the way we're going to cut the actual cast iron part that we're about to make. If you really want to be successful in cast iron, stay tuned for our next few videos where we're going to give you guys the feeds and speeds and everything that you need to be able to make these parts in your shop. Stay tuned and I'll see you again soon.